Yes, I already broke the seal because I was so curious at work. But I only got to the first layer of the box, so you're not missing that much. I mean, you're not missing anything because I'm show it all to you. I'm gonna show it all to you. Yes, the fact that English is not my first language already kicked in. So, this is as far as I got at work. And I was like, no, I'm not gonna do an unboxing before opening the box. But when I smelled, can you smell? Obviously you can't because video or just YouTube is not on that level. Do you think YouTube will survive till we are able to process smell digitally? Anyway, so the puck, the hockey puck thingy, as someone called it. I think maybe it was Rocket Jump Ninja or the AVA player, Snow Shovel. I don't know. Someone called this thing a hokey puck thingy, and I kind of agree with him. So yes, this is a G403 wireless, but I'm gonna change it out to a G305 as soon as I can. And I'm gonna make those G305's sides as flat as I can, because I've tried the G100S and I didn't like the sides. So if you watch my channel, you know that I want a smaller mouse. Yes, I know that I digress, but if I started it, I'm gonna finish it. If you watch my channel, you know that I want a small mouse. I want something like a wireless FK2. So the closest thing I can get to that will be the G305. Because that's the next wireless mouse that is as fast and precise as a wired one. With the previous ones being this one, the G900, both of which I own, and both of these mice have a version which can be charged through the mousepad, and this one also has a version which you can use with batteries. And I guess that's it. That's all the mice that are really up to par with wired mice, even though they're wireless. So, I fucking digress. Hokey puck thingy, which actually, when you hold it in your hand, feels way nicer than it looks on the pictures. I mean, if you can hear this. Still, each click sounds different and stuff like that. It's not the highest quality part of the whole monitor, but it's really functional, and it's not as janky as it seemed on the pictures. It also has a rubber feet, so I guess, yeah, it won't slide. It won't slide at all. And it has a USB connector which resembles mini USB. Maybe it's the same, maybe it isn't. So, moving on. I'm trying to show you every little detail so that this unboxing is actually worth something compared to other unboxings where the video is just as boring as mine because it's just an unboxing, but they even make the mistake of not showing you all the things, because someone who watches an unboxing either is just bored or just likes the guy who puts up the unboxing because he's funny, or he's entertaining, or basically nothing like me, or he's curious about the contents of the box and every little detail of them. And I wanna do those guys justice. Those guys who are curious about the contents of the box, so I'll have to I'll have to show all of this to you as well. But I'll leave the boring stuff to later. I'll show it to you, but later. This is just a cover. I won't show it to you. You can Google this, but this is nothing special. Just Google Benq Zowie monitor cover, and you'll see this. I'm not gonna unpack this just to show it to you because it's not interesting at all. Same with this. I'll just tell you that it's a DisplayPort cable, and you have to believe me because it is. This is a USB Type A to Type B connector for connecting the USB hub and the monitor. This is a power cable, all of which I won't need because I have an HDMI cable and those others I won't use for now. This is the interesting part. I mean, this is the first interesting part. This is the base of the monitor, so this will get unpacked in a little while. This, I presume, is the stand, I mean, the arm itself. Yeah, so professional. Fucking hell, what? So, with the magic of pausing the video, I managed to unwrap the arm which holds the monitor, which looks kinda neat. Textured, glossy plastic there. Focus, come on, let's see the texture. Yes. This leveling thingy here, which helps you to remember the position of your monitor, handy for the occasion when you go to LANs or something. And this is the base. I also unwrapped it while pausing the video. Yes, this is just going to snap together. Like so. And then I'll have to screw it in place. So this is how it looks so far. So even though I didn't screw around, that is how it looks. There's the place for the puck, the hokey puck. And as for the last thing before I actually go on to the panel itself and the enclosure, are the flip-flops or privacy shields or blinders or whatever you'd like to call them. They are packaged like this. Again, even though I promised to show you everything, I think this will suffice. And I don't really care about these. Again, you can just Google images about the monitor or whatnot and find out how these look when they are attached to the monitor, but I don't really care. I just remember that I didn't finish my line of thought with the mouse, so I want to get a wireless FK2, and the G305, which is essentially a G Pro wireless, will be the closest thing to that. But I have to make the sides flat, because I've already tried out the G100S, which has the same shape as the G Pro or the G305, and I didn't like the sides. The sides on the FK2, which are way closer to being flat, are way better. For me at least, and I know that I'm not alone with this. So, I'll show you this, and then I'll show you the papers. If you're curious about the papers, which I'm almost completely sure no one is, I'm gonna show it to you anyway, after I show you this. It looks sweet already. Okay, I'll stop. 27 inches of glorious 240 Hz panelism. I mean, yeah, AU Optronics, the manufacturer which made this panel, which is in this monitor, will come out with a 1440p panel later that also has a 240Hz refresh rate and is also faster by default. So by default, these monitors, these panels, this panel in particular, for example, aren't those two opposites of themselves? Of each other, I mean? Whatever. This panel has a 5 millisecond response time by default, and they improved that with overdrive. And that is the same for all 240Hz panels. That is the same for most TM panels. But when it comes to 240Hz panels, that's the same for all of them. That will change this year when just look it up on TFT Central. They've got a news article about it. AU Optronics is gonna reduce the amount of response time to 3 milliseconds, which then can be further improved with overdrive to about half a millisecond. And this might not seem like much, and don't confuse response time with input lag. Response time is a high response time is what makes stuff blurry on your screen, aside from low hertz. So a monitor with a clear motion, a monitor with high motion clarity should have a high hertz number, a high refresh rate, and low response times. If either of those is missing, then you will get blur. The lower the response time, the better. And yes, I'm there. Buttons are just as cheap to the touch and feel as they were on my XL2740, whatever. Plastic is also cheap. I mean, you could say that BenQ monitors and stands look kind of good with their industrial and serious competitive gaming design, but what you definitely can't say is that the materials feel just as good as some of the others, because the other monitors I've used and tested, the other 240Hz monitors I've used and tested include the Alienware 25 and the Acer XF2740AJ and the LG 27GK 750F-B. Yes, someday someone will have to murder the guys who give monitors these long ass names. So those monitors, the LG was on par with this, and in terms of build quality and materials used. Well, this is slightly better in build quality, but they are same as regards to the materials they use. But when it comes to the Acer was also the same. But when it came to the Alienware monitors, those were just way better in terms of both build quality and material usage. So, more of that textured glossy plastic here, and the upstream port for the USB hub right there on the side, the audio jacks, the pass-throughs for both headphones and microphone. This is the headphone hanger, which if you push in it comes out. You can extend it. It's kind of rough, but yeah, cheap gaming headsets. I wouldn't care about putting cheap gaming headsets on this, but I would have second thoughts about putting my K712 Pros on this one. So let's just put it back. So, 2 HDMI ports actually and 1 display port. I don't know whether both ports are HDMI 2.0, but one of them has to be, and 2.0 supports 240 Hz, so you don't need a DisplayPort cable. DVI, which will only go up to 144 Hz, or some Hz higher if you overclock the monitor. At 1080p to 144 Hz, maybe at lower resolutions you can, whatever, just use these if you want 1080p 240 Hz. Don't fiddle with the DVI-D port. The connector socket for the puck, the microphone pass-through, and the power socket, and some stuff. So this is actually the 2740B. Wonder if there's an A or a C. Well, anyways, I'm gonna wrap this shit up with showing you this. I'm gonna keep the landscape orientation because YouTube viewers really dislike portrait mode, and I can wholly understand that. So I'm gonna try to put this beneath the light, focus, so that you could read everything here if you pause the video. Fuck, this is tiring. And I only hope that it's readable. How many pages does this have? Oh god. I better put a soundtrack behind this video, otherwise you're gonna get bored. Maybe you'll get bored even with the soundtrack playing. And the most important page is here. If you can't read it, well, you're in tough luck. Quick start guide. Hell yeah. User manual, driver's Acrobat reader. Alrighty. Service information. I'm gonna show all of this to you. I don't fucking care. If you do, just dig around their site for PDF files. The only thing that I'll show you is the quick start guide. So, yep. And yep. And that's it. I thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just post them in the comments below. And if you sticked around this long, I really do thank you. So, yeah. Awkward silence. I don't know how to close out this video. Just click on some other video. Leave me alone. I don't know what to say. What is you'd like to see the energy consumption, the power consumption? Yeah, now you've seen it. Now you've seen it.